What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, we're going to talk about part 2 of my fiasco, my little story about my Galaxy Z Fold 4. If you watched the first part, I talk about how it broke, and basically it's a unresponsive front display. So when I would touch that cover display, it literally would not do anything. I reset my phone, it still wouldn't do anything. Part 2 was I reached out to Samsung and they said I can bring it to a local Asurion store, and there was one near me, like literally a few miles away from my house. And Asurion is like their official Samsung third-party insurance, or not even insurance, but like company that fixes their phones. Or maybe they hire, or whatever. Samsung outsources their work to them. Ultimately though, that's where I went, which is nice because you have the option to actually ship it off to Samsung, or you have the option of going to one of these Asurion stores and you can have them fix it. So I had never been to one, honestly, so I went there, again, a couple miles away. And the guy, there was only one guy there behind the counter, and he's a very nice guy. We talked about the phone and the issues. I asked him, like, he's like, right when I brought in, he's like, yeah, Galaxy phone, Z Fold phone. Yep, these phones just don't seem very sturdy, basically. But he did say, I asked him what was like a common issue he saw with the phone. He said it was two things. It was broken screens, and then it was the inside display showing lines on the phone. And that was the first issue I ever had on the Z Fold 4, is the inner screen malfunction. I had all these like weird lines going down, and I guess that's kind of a common thing. I asked him how many Fold phones he gets in per month. He said maybe like 2, usually per month, not too many. And then the other phones that he usually gets are Z Flip phones, which is kind of funny because those are the two phones that obviously have the most moving mechanical parts. You take a phone like this and it's literally just a slab phone, and then you take a folding phone which closes in half in the middle and opens up, and then you get the flip phone again that closes in half and opens up. But what was the resolution with this? Well, there is going to be a part 3, but part 2, I dropped it off. He said, hey, it could take anywhere from a few hours to 3 days. It just depends. He says, it looks like I have all the parts in store though. So what he was going to do was, he ended up calling me. I'd probably say he called me a few hours later. He's like, hey, I opened up your phone. I unplugged and reconnected the cable for the display, for the front display in, and same thing, still didn't work. The outside display was still unresponsive. And then he said he also replaced the outside display with 2 or 3 other new displays and plugged it into it, to the Z Fold 4, my Z Fold 4, and still he's getting the same issue. So he's like, you know what? There's one other thing I can try, but it's looking like you're probably gonna have to send this off to Samsung because I can't fix it. It seems like it's an issue. But let me call Samsung and I'll call you back in about an hour. So I said, okay, cool. So what ended up happening, he calls me, I get a text actually, said, hey, this is Asurion Tech Repair and Solutions. Your repair is now complete and your device is ready for pickup. You can respond to this message or give us a call anytime. So I responded, I said, wait, so you were able to fix it? Because it sounded like he wasn't gonna be able to fix it. So he called me shortly after that and was like, hey, I couldn't figure it out, but my boss took a quick look at it and he fixed it. I'm not sure what he did. So my phone's fixed. That's the good news from it. A little bit of a worry in there, but I didn't pick it up. I didn't have enough time between what I was doing during the day to go pick up the phone. So I'm gonna go pick up the phone tomorrow morning and get it back. And I'm gonna ask him if he knows what his boss actually did, because he wasn't sure at the time what his boss did. So I'm gonna ask him what the actual issue was. Was it just a loose cable ultimately, or did he do something extra? Was it downgrading the firmware? Was it replacing the front display? What was it? I'm really curious to know what it was. So it's good news, it's fixed. If he ultimately doesn't know what his boss did, it kind of worries me a little bit, because it makes me think, like, is this gonna happen again? Is it something defective in the phone? What is it? That's what I'm curious about. So I will find that out in, probably I'll release a video on Sunday, letting you know the complete resolution, I'll show off the phone. But ultimately that's what I know so far. So it's annoying news that it broke. It's good news that they were able to fix it. And it's just a matter of going to pick it up and giving you my final thoughts and hopefully no reason how they were able to fix it. But Asurion, it's nice to have the store nearby. I never went to. I know some of you guys have gone to it. They were very nice. I wouldn't mind having to go there again. It was a pretty easy experience. So let me know your thoughts on it. Have you had this issue with your phone or not? Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace. us.